Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a business plan.
Oh, cool.
And it's for a company called True to Myself.
True to Myself. Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. And it's a clothing apparel company.
Okay.
And they are based in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thought that out.
Yeah. And so what's really interesting about this is they want to kind of like weave mental health awareness into fashion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
clothing with a cause.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we have their business plan from April 2nd, 2023.
Got it.
So we're going to go through that and kind of see what their vision is.
Yeah. See what they're all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
Have you ever thought about like what you wear making a difference?
I mean, I think about what I wear in terms of like,
Yeah.
making a fashion statement or like, if I want to be comfortable or whatever.
Right.
But in terms of making like a real difference, I guess I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah. Well, this business plan thinks it can.
Ooh.
So
Intriguing.
let's see if they can pull it off.
All right.
So
Let's dive in.
yeah, so like right off the bat,
Yeah.
their core idea
Yeah.
is they want to design and manufacture
Okay.
high quality,
Okay.
comfortable,
That's
fashionable clothing.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
I like it.
But with the added element of like
Okay.
slogans and designs,
Yeah.
promoting mental health awareness.
That's cool. So like wearing your values on your sleeve?
Exactly.
Right.
And encouraging these like open conversations.
Yeah. I mean, that's really powerful, right? Like
Right.
clothing can be a conversation starter.
Yeah.
You see someone wearing something you like.
Totally.
You're like, hey, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're talking.
Yeah. And it could be about something
Exactly.
really important.
Yeah. A little deeper than just the weather.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So who are they trying to reach?
Yeah. Who's the target audience for this kind of thing? Who
Yeah.
are they selling to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they kind of have two main groups.
Okay.
The first one's pretty obvious.
Okay.
People who are like passionate about mental health.
All right. All right. Makes sense.
They want to support the cause.
Yeah. They want to wear it on their, literal sleeve.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But then the second group is interesting.
Okay.
They're also looking at mental health organizations and advocacy groups.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
bulk orders.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they can have like,
Yeah.
branded merch for events or campaigns or whatever.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're hitting both like individuals and organizations.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah. So we know they're making clothes,
Yeah.
but like what kind of clothes are we talking?
Yeah. I was wondering that too. Like,
Yeah.
is it just T-shirts or is it more?
Yeah. So they're starting with like
Okay.
a pretty core product line,
Right.
like t-shirts,
Okay.
hoodies,
Classic.
sweatshirts,
Got it.
and then some accessories.
Okay.
But what's really important to them is they want to make sure everything is
Yeah.
like high quality, comfortable, durable,
Yeah.
and ethically sourced materials.
Okay. So they're not just like slapping a message on a cheap T-shirt.
Exactly.
They're really thinking about the quality.
Yeah, they want it to like
Yeah.
last and feel good.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to wear something with a message, you want it to be something you're proud to wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they've got the clothes.
Yeah.
They know who they're selling to,
Okay.
but how do they even get the word out?
Yeah, that's a big question, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
how do you market a clothing company, especially one with like a social mission?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they're leaning pretty heavily into social media.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where everyone is these days.
Right.
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Oh.
TikTok,
Makes sense.
Twitter.
Yeah, all the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean,
You reach a lot of people.
yeah, especially younger demographics who are probably more into like ethical clothing and,
Totally.
buying things that align with their values.
And being more aware of mental health issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they also want to partner with mental health organizations.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cross promotion.
Yeah. And it's a way to like
Yeah.
reach a targeted audience.
Yeah, and it gives them like credibility, right?
Yeah.
Like if they're partnering with actual organizations,
Right.
that shows they're serious about this.
Exactly. Yeah. And then
Okay.
they also plan on like attending relevant events and conferences.
Yeah, get the word out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty standard marketing stuff,
Makes sense.
but like with a twist.
Yeah, targeted.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So
All right.
let's talk money,
Yeah.
finances.
The nitty gritty.
Yeah. What are their projections looking like?
Okay.
Are they trying to make a profit
Mhm.
or is this like a non-profit situation?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's for profit,
Okay.
but with a really strong social mission.
Or so like a social enterprise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're projecting that they'll break even within the first year.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah.
Especially for a clothing company.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And using ethical sourcing and all that.
Yeah, all those things cost more money usually. So.
Right.
Okay.
And then by the end of year 2,
yeah,
they're hoping to make $100,000 profit.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty optimistic.
All right.
And then a portion of their profits will be donated to mental health organizations.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
And then their initial investment covers like all the basics, designing, manufacturing, marketing, and then setting up their online store.
So they're covering all the bases.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So who's actually like running this whole thing?
Yeah. Who's the team behind it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got a pretty experienced team.
Okay.
It's led by the CEO, Terrence Ellis.
Okay.
And then they've got a marketing manager.
Makes sense.
Creative director.
Got it.
And a production manager.
Okay, so a pretty well-rounded team.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're actually outsourcing the manufacturing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they're focusing more on the
yeah,
design and the branding and the marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
So like big picture.
Yeah.
What's their like core motivation?
Yeah, like what's the why behind all of this?
Yeah. So they really believe that this is like a unique and innovative idea.
Okay.
And they think they can have like a significant impact on mental health awareness and advocacy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a growing movement.
Yeah, and they're giving people a way to like show their support.
Yeah, and start conversations.
Exactly.
And, maybe even help someone who's struggling.
Yeah.
Just by wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
So to sum it all up,
they're
trying to combine the fashion world with the mental health movement.
Yeah.
They're going to do that with like really well-designed clothes, ethically sourced materials, a strong marketing strategy, partnerships with organizations, and then giving back by donating some of their profits.
Yeah, that's great. So they're not just selling clothes.
Yeah.
They're selling a feeling.
Yeah, like a sense of purpose.
Exactly. And like you said, aligning your values with your purchases.
Exactly.
That's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this kind of leads to a thought that I had.
Yeah.
Like this idea of buying things that support causes you believe in.
Yeah.
Becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, for sure. So like conscious consumerism.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What other sectors do you think could benefit from this kind of approach?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I mean, I think any industry where you can like connect the product to a social cause.
Yeah.
Could potentially do this, like food, supporting sustainable agriculture or like tech developing products that are accessible to people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cool.
So yeah, that's true to myself.
All right.
Pretty interesting company.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they do.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Yeah.
I like these business plan ones.
Yeah, me too. All right. We'll see you next time.
See you later.